Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to another episode of FPL Don't Panic. I've had a few days to mull things over on final game week selection, see the European matches go by, just make sure whatever injuries come in. We've got a yellow flag on Gabriel, but I don't think it's too much to worry about. Much thoughts to be done there. Obviously, I had the benching dilemma and captaincy dilemmas. Still not 100% resolved, I think, on the captaincy dilemma, but I think I have made after these last few games during the week, made what could be a surprising decision on the benching dilemma. Let's kick off. So we're going to go through this fairly quickly. We'll get it out there, and then we just keep our fingers crossed and pray. Going with Henderson in goal. Yeah, I think he's marginally the better choice than Fabianski. Not much to choose, really. Could be kicking myself come the end of the weekend, but we'll see how that goes. 8 Nori in defence. Good fixture for him, I think. Bournemouth home, so he can come off the bench for this one. Don't think they'll keep a clean sheet, but I don't know. I've got a gut feeling 8 Nuri might get an assist or even pop one in the back of the net. Fingers crossed. Hey, it might be a surprise clean sheet. You never know. Gabriel needs to say good fixture away to West Ham. I think he scored. Yeah, he got a cracker of a header in his European match during the week. Arsenal definitely starting to look like a class side at the moment. Is there something to be said for looking at a double Arsenal defence? Don't think I'll go there. But Gabriel, with the clean sheet, a good chance for a clean sheet against West Ham, and you never know. He might get on the end of something. Hall was the other. Hall or Gavardio. City just look awful. Gavardio could punish me here. He could well come up with an attacking return. He's well capable. But if they defend anything like they have in their last few games, particularly that one in Europe where they just gave away a 3-goal lead, Liverpool could run riot. Which does lead me to my current captaincy decision. I'm going to put it on Salah. This could go horribly wrong. There are just so many ridiculously good choices this week. I'm going with Salah based on what I've seen from that Man City defence, based on what I've seen from that, based on the way Liverpool are playing. Salah could run right here if City play like that, like in attack and left light at the back. He'll love playing into that. Now this could end up as a 0-0. It's football. It's impossible to predict how long can City be playing as poorly. They do have players coming back from injury. Are they going to turn it around this weekend? But I keep thinking, they're going to turn it around. They haven't. It's been 5 or 6 games now, and that defence is it's like a leaky boat. So currently on Salah, I think that is the decision. I reserve the right to change my mind. Palmer, he was a captaincy decision, but he is out of form again. He is a player. Any of these players could punish me. There's such a big choice. And if there was a week, I don't blame anyone for going for a punt this week. I think the sort of stats that I've been looking at and some of the YouTube content providers that I look at, it looks like there's almost like a 50-50 split between Palmer and Salah, and then with a smattering across other players. Palmer could well, against a leggy Villa defence after Europe. He could easily get 2 or 3, but we're just going to take our chances this week, I think, and just follow our gut instincts. Saka, I wouldn't back him for a captaincy in an away fixture, but I do fancy him. He's in fantastic form. Odegaard's back, looking fantastic. So needless to say, I'd almost be shocked if I didn't get some sort of return out of him. He is so consistent. Does he have the whole potential of a Palmer or a Salah? Not really, but he did look a little bit hungrier in that last game. He's looking dangerous, and I fancy I'll get something. I really do think I will get something out of him. Mbeumo, Leicester home. I'm a bit worried about Mbeumo, and I think he will be leaving my team soon. But for this fixture, you'll notice who I do have on the bench. I back him over Bruno Fernandes at the moment. Although Mbeumo is playing a bit deeper and wider with Wizard playing now, but this type of a fixture, he could absolutely nail it. And he was a slight captaincy consideration. At the moment, again, and these things could come back to haunt me. It's the nature. I've never seen a game week like it. Mbeumo will take up the 4th slot in midfield. Similarly, some risks up front with playing Wizard over potentially Bruno. But I just fancy, even if Wiz only gets 60 minutes, the form I've seen him in at home, and I have backed him all season. I had him in my team before he got injured, and he produced for me, and he's come back and he's produced for me at their home ground. He's just an absolutely fantastic player, and I just fancy, even if he only has an hour, that he'll do more damage in an hour than Bruno will currently do in 90 minutes. Say, could well be proven wrong. It's in the lap of the gods this week. It really is. João Pedro, needless to say, home match against Southampton. Might be a little bit of a minute's risk there as well, but the form he is in, absolutely back him to get at least one return. And Cunha, nothing to say there. Bournemouth home. Bournemouth are a decent side. And I don't think it's going to be I don't think it's going to be like a 14, 15, 16 point haul, but I definitely do fancy that for him to get the return. So which obviously then leaves on the bench. Fabianski spoke about that. Bruno spoke about that. He could punish me. He really could punish me. But I feel like I made a mistake bringing him in a few weeks ago without really considering new manager coming in, new systems. He is not playing in his normal position. He's playing deeper. He's not looking as dangerous. Yes, he is on penalties, I know, but there's not that many penalties these days. I don't know if anything's like Salah was the first penalty I can remember last week. I don't really remember 2 penalties this year. So it's a very, very different landscape for that. And that's obviously something that's affecting Palmer's hauls as well, that just not getting in it. And Palmer did haul without penalties, but he had mega hauls because there was lots of penalties floating around as well. Gvardiol on the bench. I just don't trust him at the moment, and he is making a lot of defensive mistakes on his own, regardless of whether he's getting a goal or an assist. He's looking very ropey in my opinion. And then Konza looked like he's back from injury. Wouldn't have been considered for this game anyway, so no worries there, but he does have a couple of good fixtures coming up in a few weeks' time, so he'll definitely be there on the rotation side. So I think that's it. I'm going with it. I just would be happy for any sort of a green arrow this week, because one thing I have noted, teams are starting to look a little bit samey. I got a little bit ahead of the curve, I think, with the whole Saka, João Pedro, and Cunha thing, and they're literally everyone's buying him in now. And as I look at the top 100 and beyond that, these are the players that bringing in. Everyone's midfield looking the same, so that's also giving me. I suppose, if it's not a great game week, the drop won't be too hard. And even if it's an amazing game week of 70 points plus, I don't think the rise is going to be that massive. But I'm in that top 250k now. I just want to consolidate on that. Just play a little bit safe this week. Got my 2 transfers that I'll have once this game week is over. And when this game week is over, I'll come up with a couple of possible strategies just to create some safe, if there's any safe differentiators. Not that there's anything safe in FPL. I mean, as I say, it's all smiles one week and disaster zone the next. But I've got a couple of ideas which would see some nice targeted opportunities using this sort of 2 transfers. Let that roll, let that do its thing, and then do another sort of targeted couple of transfers in a couple of game weeks' time. And I think it's possible to do that the way the fixtures are coming in thick and fast. Obviously, if injuries happen, the transfers would have to be used for something else. But following this game week, I'll run through my thoughts on that after we've done a review of what is hopefully a successful 60 or 70 point week. And any little green arrow, honestly, I think is going to be good this week. It is going to be so volatile out there. Looking at the content, no one knows who they're captaining. I'm not the only one with benching dilemmas. I think people are on the same sort of strategy as me to a degree. So who knows what's going to happen? It's in the lap of the gods. Anyway, thank you very much, folks. If there's anything useful in this, hit a like, hit a subscribe. As I say, a couple of weeks ago, I was talking to myself. It's really lovely to know a few people are listening and getting something out of this. I still plan to try and get live watch-alongs going. I don't know if I'll succeed this weekend. At worst, I am going to at least test it and try and get it going so that then we might be in a position to do it properly the following week. In the meantime, folks, I really hope you all have a very, very successful game week. Have fun. Play your own game. And above all else, don't panic. Take care.